we're back with another myth and fact. Like we said in our comment sections, this idea is also a very interesting one. Use of phones. Does phone operation cause an interference in a flight? Can it bring it down? Is it a fact or a myth?
Electronic devices?
Yeah.
I think it's a myth. It cannot interfere with the aircraft navigation systems. However, it's important to note that you are required to switch off your phone or electronic device during takeoffs and landings, and also at the discretion of the pilot or cabin during flight. Reason why, during takeoff and landing, there is information that you're supposed to receive, instructions that you are supposed to receive. But also, these are the critical stages of flight, takeoff and landing. So it's important to note that you are required to switch off your electronic devices, and also at the discretion of the pilot or the cabin crew or any other crew. During flight, you can also be required to switch off in case of there's any interference that is being seen or recorded.
Well, also, it's not necessarily that you operating your phone is going to bring that aircraft down, but also it gives feedback. Much of it actually is down to the feedback that is gotten when you're using your gadgets, those waves and all that. It's the radiation that is emitted from those gadgets doesn't necessarily disrupt your flight and instruments gravely like that, but the interference, the feedback that is got is key. So like you said, at the pilot's discretion, and also on those critical stages of flight, takeoff and landing, here is when someone needs to concentrate at most. So that feedback that is given by your gadget, operating your gadget, is a little bit uncalled.
And also to follow instructions. Like there are those instructions that are given to you by the crew. The crew. So you need to follow the communication from the captain or the pilots. You need to follow it. You need to be attentive. So it's important to receive the information during the critical stages of flight.
Imagine when you're on your phone and they were saying fasten your seatbelts. We are taking off with your seatbelt not fastened, and in case of anything, you on phone when they told you, but switch off your phone and fasten seatbelt. And for some reason, God forbid something happens, you'll be one who will be diving and flying to the front because, when they say switch off your phones, you are not paying attention. So it's critical to follow instructions in such a scenario.
So it's a myth. However, it's important that you follow the regulations in place and also the requirements from the crew of the aircraft.
So it's a myth. Using your phone or electrical gadget is not going to bring the aircraft down. We're not going to die because of you.
No.
However, you're going to inconvenience us. That's what we are saying. So it may not be the reason for our crash, but you're going to inconvenience us.
You're going to inconvenience
We beg you in the name of Jesus, in the name of
and
Allah.
also not to miss out on the most important things.
Imagine you're on your phone and you miss your meal.
You miss to fasten the seatbelt and the turbulence. So
all right.
It's important.
That's very important. Okay, the other one that is coming through is here. Hey, now, funny bit is, this one looks like he wants to try very funny things. Is it possible to open an aircraft door mid-flight? What is the purpose? One wants to fly out.
It's not possible. That's a matter of fact. It's not possible. Those are designed with multiple locking mechanisms, and they help for safety and to make sure that we have safe flights from one destination to another. But also, you cannot open that door. You should not open that door.
But what is the reason you're asking? When you should want to try?
You should not. I don't know what the intention was.
Why do you have to open it?
And also the pressure difference, outside and inside, you can cause severe damage. Actually, when you open that door, that aircraft can come down. Can come down. So you should never, unless otherwise, you should never open the door mid-flight.
Yeah, those doors are designed in a way that if you look at a Coke, those champagne bottles, how a Coke fits inside that bottle, like those doors are designed to be safe. Like you say, the multiple security measures that are placed on that door, it's not the easiest thing for you to just unlatch and and you're out there. But as we are saying, I repeat, why do you want to open the door? 40,000 feet in the air.
Don't open.
What are you trying?
Especially this goes to the travelers.
Superman.
To the travelers. I don't know. Someone was asking why the skydivers can open those. It's the planes are designed to do that, to do aerobatics. So the skydivers can easily do it, and there's also a certain height that they do that from.
Exactly. And I think much of this myth comes from movies.
When
you look at a lot of things, you start looking them as reality.
It's a Superman. Those are acted
scenes. For those that are Asian, you remember Kyle XY? There is no way just going to shoot in the sky like that. Like you say, there is a certain limit where you can operate all these things. Skydivers don't come down 40,000 feet from up there. So
it's important actually to note, especially to the passengers, never attempt to think that you can open that door. You should never.
Please don't open that.
Please don't open that.
There is more to opening that door than you reaching your destination. Very many things can happen to you.
Let's not encourage ourselves to think that we can operate that machine.
To the young aviators out there who want to join aviators, all I'm saying is don't mimic Superman and the Avengers and all those Marvel characters. Please, when it comes to reality, Superman, no, don't fly.
So
all right, that's...
Get ready to soar to new heights. It's time to embark on an extraordinary journey at the annual East African Air Show 2024. A convergence of innovation, inspiration, and excellence in aviation and tourism awaits you. This isn't just a show, it's a declaration of boundless possibilities. East African Air Show 2024 goes beyond the ordinary, igniting curiosity and redefining East Africa's aviation and tourism industries. From sustainability initiatives to cutting-edge advancements, this air show shapes the future of flight, celebrating pioneers in the field. Join us in transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary, where the skies become a canvas for the innovative spirit of East Africa to soar high. Boundless possibilities await at East African Air Show 2024. Partnering in the journey towards a future of endless innovation and excitement.
Okay, more are coming in, and please feel free to interact with our channels down there. Ask more questions because there are more myths out there that we are not tackling that you feel like you need to ask. Things like, can an aircraft reverse? There are a lot of things out there that you keep asking. So please interact with our channels down there in the comments.
Keep sending in those questions.
Ask those things, and
yes, we shall be
share some knowledge.
Digesting most of them
we shall share
as
some
possible
knowledge.
as we can. Then there is this interesting one.
Can brakes work in the air?
I think someone asking that question must be on the technical part of it.
Yeah.
But there's this pilots and co-pilots. Do they have the same meal? So is it a myth or a fact? Pilots and co-pilots, do they have the same meal?
That's a myth, but the fact is, it's as direct as it comes. Our bodies react different to different foods. So the fact is, it is advisable. It is more open there. It's something you should take in consideration. Not to have the same meal, not because you don't enjoy chicken the way your mate does. We all enjoy that bad, but the thing is, in case you get a complication from food, at least, imagine all of you have running stomachs.
Yeah.
And you're 40,000 feet, you ate the same chicken took the same juice, what is going to happen?
What is going to happen?
The imagination is what we don't want to go into,
Yeah.
but so it's
So
as
it's
direct
more
as it
it's
goes.
more of a precautionary
Yes,
measure.
yes.
It's more
We
of a
just have
precautionary
to-
measure, and to make sure that we keep the highest standards of safety.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
they make sure some airlines, some do have the same meals
Yeah.
to keep the consistency in nutrition.
Yeah.
But also different. There are those that say no. Our crew or pilots will have different meals just to make sure that we don't have food poisoning
Yeah.
cases or any other case that can lead to one person not flying the aircraft.
There should always be someone who is ready at the
Who's
helm
ready
to take care
to take care.
of that aircraft.
And crew must be as a team.
Yeah.
So
be
it's a fact.
Be the first to choose chicken in case that's what you want to go for. Be the first to choose chicken and let them choose beef.
Beef.
But if they choose chicken before you, please go for beef. All we are saying is don't all eat the same meal. Yeah. Unless it's okay. Some airlines, like you said, some airlines are okay. The chef makes it. It's the same person over and over again. So your bodies are used to that meal.
To that meal, yeah.
For that, you say the diet, maintaining that ground. So yeah. So it's a myth. It's a myth. It's not factual. It's not factual that all airlines pilots have to eat the same meal.
It's more, and it's not a standard.
Yeah,
it's not a standard or a recommended practice, but it can be an airline policy.
Yeah, it's adjustable to different
adjustable.
airlines. It's very adjustable.
There's always compromise.
Yeah, it's very adjustable. Very many airlines, by the way, take that route of don't eat the same meal. I know very many that take that same route, so it's adjustable. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are still here.
We're still here, and we are seeing another one. Seat belts. Can someone is asking? Can a passenger fly without a seat belt? Is it a myth or a fact?
It's a myth.
It's not. She's not actually putting it. She's not categorizing it into a myth or a fact. But she's asking, can someone fly?
I will tell you something very small about this industry. This industry, what makes it the safest mode or means of transport is the reds and greens, the do and don't. Fastening your seatbelt at certain stages of flight is a must. Listen, to a level that even a child that is strapped onto the mother, if there's no extra seatbelt to that child, there is a way that the child is safeguarded in the baby strap. So seatbelts are a must at the critical stages of flight, takeoff and landing. Seatbelts are a must. But when that aircraft is in that cruise stage, when it's already up there, it's now cruising, that's when everyone can go use the washroom. So at that stage, it's, you can unlatch your seatbelt. But when we are taking off, and when we are landing, the seatbelt is a must because of things that are unavoidable. You understand? The positions of takeoff and landing,
yes,
are very intense positions. It is either nose up or nose down. So we do not want a situation where we are nose down and you're flying through, you're coming in, gliding from the back. As we are looking back, we are wondering who is coming, and then a certain guy from my village is coming through, So I can tell that seatbelts are a must and a critical factor during the critical stages of flight.
And also during turbulence.
Yeah.
There's always that light that comes on the seatbelts. Yeah, seatbelts. There's that light reminding you that you need to fasten. It's a situation that needs it.
Yeah.
And also the crew discretion. Once the pilots can communicate and tell you, please fasten your seatbelts. We are going through a certain period of flight. Be able to do that. So it's important to fasten your seatbelt during critical stages of flight, as he said. Landing and takeoff, but also during certain stages, hitting turbulence, and also from the crew communication or discretion.
Yeah.
Upon request, please comply.
Something very funny here. All right. Someone is asking something that has been, I don't know why this keeps coming up. Do pilots empty plane waste mid-flight? I don't know why. I don't know why this keeps coming back and forth. Somebody's
I think
asking,
someone wants to understand
what happened?
where does that
Yeah.
waste go. You know, you go to the laboratory and then you're done with all your services. But he's wondering,
where is it going?
Why is it going?
What is happening here?
Can the plane accommodate all that waste?
Well, that is a myth. It's not a fact. It's not a fact.
Yeah. Waste is not
discharged.
It's not discharged mid-flight.
Right. A funny scenario. Funny scenario of this is funny scenario of gravity change. And someone tells you there's no gravity up there, so even if it's the waste is discharged, it just floats in the air there. And no, those are all myths. Actually, what happens is planes are fitted with waste tanks, right? And in these tanks, there's a mechanism of a vacuum, like a suction vacuum, So what happens is when you're done doing the magic and you flash, there is actually a sound that comes that this vacuum is made in a way of sucking. It sucks literally everything that is up there. Like it's in a way it sucks it to the tank. So it's not like it's flashing to the air, but it's sucking it into the tank,
To the tank,
waste tanks.
yes.
So actually, a lot of things are found in those waste tanks, but I can tell you not a human being is found in those tanks. So a lot of things can be sucked. Like I said, it sucks literally everything that is there. And upon landing, there are health guidelines on how to dispose waste. Those tanks are.
I think you've seen one of the cars. I don't know why they call it honey car. Honey truck.
The honey truck.
The honey truck.
Yeah, like the one sound, the honey trucks.
The honey truck. So that's why it's disposed and.
Yeah, so those honey trucks come and take those. The waste in a way. So it's a myth. Waste is not, discharged mid-flight. I remember when we were growing up, kids would say every time they are over the Atlantic, they open those things and pour it in the river. No, nothing like that happens. Nothing like that happens. Nothing like that happens. No. So that's a myth. The fact is, there are tanks that store waste, and upon landing, following health guidelines, those waste are discharged, and
So that's a complete myth.
Yeah.
Waste is not discharged from mid-air.
No. Waste
That's not acceptable.
Yeah.
There is a procedure for it. Upon landing, there are trucks that have to do that job. So they are connected to the flight tank, and then the waste is discharged.
So we hope this one ends here. We hope it doesn't recur. It's been a very long one. Every time it keeps coming up. So what happens to that waste? What happens to that waste? So I hope it ends here. I hope this one helps to answer that. And it doesn't happen like that. Like we say, continue sending them in our comment section. Enjoy it, and ask those myths. We are glad to give you information about it.
About them, yes.
Yeah.
And I think we've covered most of them.
Yeah.
We've covered most of them that are in our comment box. We've covered most of the myths, and we have tried to make sure to show you. We've tried to show you whether they are facts or they are still myths. And we hope you get that knowledge with you, and it can help you get more enlightened about aviation. Don't forget to subscribe on our channel. It's called Aerospace Uganda. Once again, I'm Lubega Oxton, and with me it's
Sanya Andrew.
And we shall be giving you more aviation information. Subscribe, like our videos, and comment. Make sure you ask questions.
On all platforms, we are Aerospace Uganda. We're on Twitter, we're on YouTube,
on
we're
TikTok,
and
follow.
We're on Instagram.
Yes. So
please like and follow, and feel free to interact with our comment box. We'll surely be out there to help.
So join us as next time as we give you more fascinating topics about aviation. Aviation is a very interesting industry, and there is more to learn. For those who are not part of the industry, there is more to learn, and there is more to know, to understand.
Yeah. There's a lot of information.
And we are happy that we are bringing it next to you. Just
right at your phone. Right at your phone.
View our videos.
You move with all this knowledge on your phone. Just be going around learning about this. It's fun.
Thank you, and be blessed. We meet next time.
Sawa.